Hey guys, Lonnie back here again. We're out in the shop today. We're going to go ahead and, as you can see, what's taking me so long is I don't know if I done a walkthrough of my shop when we moved here, but everything was covered in sheetrock, no insulation or nothing. So there's my daughter. There's my mess from remodeling my shop. I have recently upgraded my shop, remodeled it, whatever you want to call it. I've insulated the walls, added some LED lights. There will be more going in here. That's my tool wall, as you can see, with the radio and everything, with a little space heater. Anyhow, the reason why I've not made the second video to this Intellitronix digital gauge cluster install is because I've had to remodel my shop in order to have a little bit of warmth in the winter, cool in the summer. But we're going to get back to it and we'll jump right into the video. Well, really quick, let me correct something. There's my son. Really quick, let me correct something from the first part of this video. How I installed the gauges or the circuit board into the cluster housing, that was all right. But when I said that I was going to use my own temperature gauge and oil seating unit, I have recently revoked my decision on that because after talking with the Intellitronix Corporation, they recommend that I use the ones they send. So this is what we will be using. We have some fittings that they've sent with it to adapt from the LS. This is the part number on the box right there, if it'll focus here. Let's see. Well, there you go. That's the part number. This will be, I believe, it's the temperature sending unit. And open this box. There's the fitting for it. That is the one wire temperature that will go into the passenger side head. This is the part number, well, there is no part number on this one. This is the oil seating unit, and it's basically almost the same stuff that I was going to use. It's the same. Let me get it out of the package here. It's the same exact concept and everything. It's got fittings over here for that. Just one wire right there. You'll unscrew this black nipple right here. You will crimp you on a eyelet on a wire, and it will go onto that. Just one single wire. When you are installing these, let me put this on here real quick. Sorry for the shakiness of the video. When you are installing these, you do not want to put no Teflon tape around the fittings, the threads I mean, because this all runs off of a ground system. So if you put Teflon tape on here, you're taking a chance of losing your ground signal for it to all function correctly. So let me come over here and I'll show you. As you can see, I've not taken nothing apart yet. So let me show you the passenger side head. If you noticed, these are 706 heads. If you'll notice, you'll see a Allen bolt right there, and that takes a number 8 Allen. So I'm fixing to get that in there, and we'll take that out of there, and we'll install the coolant sensor. So I mean, it's just as simple as putting it into the fitting that'll adapt to the head, screw it in there, and run your one wire. You'll want it to run up through the firewall to connect to your gauges when complete. The oil sending unit is the same way. I don't know if you can see it back there. Let me stop the video and then I'll turn the light on, so we'll be right back. Alright, let's see if we can see the oil sending unit. It's right there. That's the oil sending unit. We're going to take that out. It's a brand new one I just bought, but nevertheless, in order to run these gauges, you need to install what they send. So we're going to take that out, put the adapter kit. It'll be one of these fittings, and we'll be able to put the oil sending unit in there. It will have one wire, like I said, a fishlet or a round crimp. I've got one over here in my hoard of mess right here. You use one of those, crimp it on a wire, and run that through the firewall so you can run that to your oil sending gauge on your cluster. So let me get these installed and we'll come back. Alright guys, I've got it installed. Let's see if I can get over here to show it to you. You can see right down the side there's the oil sending unit. Also got the water temperature unit installed over there. You'll notice you see just a little bit of white compound on there. I did end up using just a little bit of Teflon paste, not the tape, but I done half and half. Half of the threads were Teflon and half of them were not. That way some of the threads would still contact with the block and the adapter. But real quick, that is not the adapter that came with the kit. That is the temperature sensor that came with the kit, but it's not the adapter. I'll show you what I've ended up using. This is the kit that I ended up using. It's an Equus for your gauge accessories. There's your part number right there. The only reason why I used it is because when I used theirs, for some reason it did not want to seal. It kept leaking around here, the threads, and it also kept leaking inside of here. The Equus ones, if you'll notice, this is a set of them right here. It comes with the aluminum, let me focus here, there you go. It comes with aluminum washers with it. That actually helped out a lot as far as making a good seal up against the head there. But as far as theirs, I didn't have any luck with it. Theirs, for their temperature, this is their part number right there. That's their adapter for their temperature for the temperature, and then the adapter for their oil is that part number right there. The oil seemed to work pretty good. Didn't have no issues with that one, but like I said, the temperature one, I used my own. I will not be using theirs because I couldn't get the water. I didn't even have no pressure built up or nothing, and it was just sitting there seeping out of around these threads and the inner threads. So let me get everything ran inside of the firewall here. So because I've already got my wires ran, let me run them inside my firewall and we will come back with hopefully I've already got my dash taken out, so hopefully when we come back we will be cutting these, labeling them, and we'll figure out what wire goes where, and I'll show you which one it is. Okay guys, we're back. Real quick, first things first, what I done with my wires, I'll clean all this up here in just a second, is I went to my firewall and I labeled the two wires that I just ran, which is my water temp and my my oil pressure. I just adapted to that, hooked it to it through the firewall. That way my plug for the stock dash cluster is still correct. Keeps me from having to run a bunch of wires also inside. Let's go on the inside here. The only wire I did have to run through the firewall also was I got my check engine light wire. I have my speed wire and my tack. Now, as you can see, what I've already done is, this was my stock plug. I had it taped up so nothing would ground out or short out or anything like that. I have a chart over here, and what I've done is I went through and I labeled, let me grab this plug here and I'll show you. I've got another one off of another truck. It's the same exact thing. And if you look closely, you'll see they have numbers right there. 1 through 9 on this side, 10 through 18 on this side. And what I done is I went through it and I wrote down what each wire, like number 1, that's for your high beam. Number 2, for you illumination. 3 was ground. 4 is 12 volt keyed power. 5 was the oil pressure. 6 is also 12 volt key powered. 7 is for your fuel gauge. Also 18 is too. It's a jumper wire, which is this one right here. And you can see I did not cut it out. No sense in having 2 wires in there when you can only, you only use 1. So number 8 was ground. Number 9 was your engine temp. So 10 is ground. 11 was your left turn signal. 12 was your right turn signal. 13 is your seatbelt warning, which I'm not going to use that. 14 is an empty spot. 15 is also oil pressure. 16 is 12 volt keyed. 17 is brake wire. That's your brake warning. So what I've done is on my plug here, this one doesn't have the numbers, it's right here. On my plug, when I wired this up, I showed you all, let me get these labels out of the way. It also has numbers on the back of those too, if it'll focus. There we go. As you can see, 12, 10, 11, or 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. And the other one has all the way to 1. Okay. What I done is I came up beside each one where it was labeled at. Like for number 1 on this plug here, on the factory plug. For number 1 spot, it was the high beam. I came over and I wrote down what number it was on my plug right here, which is the number 6. It is a dark brown wire for that. I did this for every one of them. That way, whenever I start pinning them inside of the female plug, I know where to put them at. You don't want to get mixed up and have, a number. You don't want to have your headlight high beam running over to your temperature wire. So what I done after I labeled all that, as you can tell already, is I went to my cluster wires right here, my dash wires that's inside the truck, and I labeled every wire. That way I would know which one was what. Okay, this yellow one is going to be my seatbelt signal wire or warning wire. I'm not using that, so I'll just tape it up so it doesn't touch anything. That'll be eliminated. I have all 3 grounds tied to 1. I have all 3 keyed 12 volt power source wires tied to 1, and it comes to right there. Got my dimmer, my let's see, let's get these ones out of the way. You can see how I've done every one of them, and I also label it like your right turn signal number 4. That means I put it on the number 4 pin on my plug right here. I want to make sure it goes to the number 4. So let me go ahead and push all of these inside of my pin and put my keeper in here, which is that piece right there. I'll put my keeper in there, and then I'll be able to put the dash into the dash cluster back inside of the dash, and everything should work perfect. So let me get all this put in here and we will come back. Alright folks, right again, before I plug this up, as you can see, I've got them all in there, got it all taped up, left my label showing. Now I'm about to plug it up and we're going to test it out to see if it works. We'll be right back. Alright guys, real quick, here we go. As you can see, I've got it plugged up here. I do not have it pushed inside of the dash yet. We're fixing to test it out, so I'm going to turn the key on. Alright, Alright, we're going to start it up now. I do not have this thing retuned yet, so it's still got the stock tune on it from the Suburban. Now we're going to start it up. As you can see, it is still idling just a little high. I don't have it tuned up yet, but we can try to put it in gear. See if it idles down some. Not really. Alright, let's see. We'll give her a little gas. That worked good. You can see the temperature, fuel, the oil, the volts. Let's see. Let's see if my dimmer will work when I turn my headlights on. Yep. There is the, well, it says green, but let's see. There's my left turn signal. There's my right. Oh, that's right. I've got a bulb load inside of my, on the outside of my thing here. So that's my right turn signal. Let's try the high beam. Well, my high beam indicator is not working. So, well, I guess I can live with that though, so. I won't complain too much, I don't guess. Let me get this stabbed inside of the dash and we'll come back. Alright folks, this is just going to be a real quick recap on the end of this video, and then I'll show you what it looks like inside of the truck. Intellitronix digital gauges for 84 Chevy C10, two-wheel drive. I've done an LS swap on it. You do not have to have an LS swap for these digital gauges to work. I got mine off of eBay. It is through one of their distributors, so I called the corporation Intellitronix before I bought the gauges and made sure that the warranty does cover for a lifetime warranty. They said yes it does, but I got mine off of eBay. They're the blue ones. It comes as a kit, comes with a new temperature sensor and an oil sending unit. I saved $100 by getting it from eBay. They cost me $309 plus shipping, I believe. And then I opted to buy a plug to wire to the gauges and then to my wire harness so that I wouldn't have to cut any wires, just to remove them. So I'll spin you around here. I'll show you the motor and what I've done to it, and then I'll take you inside the truck and show you the gauges. If you want to see part one of me wiring the plug up to my gauges and how I had to modify the housing for the cluster, the digital gauges to fit down inside the cluster, you can also watch that. I did say that I was going to use my own temperature sensor and my own oil sending unit, but after I talked to the Intellitronix Corporation, they recommended that I did not use that. I should use what they sent, so that's what I've done. So here we go, I'll show you. Over on the passenger side, you'll notice there is an adapter and a one-wire temperature sensor right there. I just wired that hard straight to the inside of my dash to the gauge. Also, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. I doubt if you will. But down inside of there it is. It's hard to see. That's the oil sending unit that is behind the motor. That is also hardwired straight to the gauge. Off of my wiring harness, I have my tach and my speedometer wire. It's ran inside of the bolt right here. My oil, or I'm sorry, I lied to you. Let me correct this. I did not run my wire for my temperature or my oil sending unit. I went ahead and wired it to the bulkhead. Right here I spliced in, as you can see, both wires, my oil pressure and my water temperature. I spliced into the bulkhead, I'm sorry. I do have a picture. You can find me on Facebook. I've got a picture that shows the bulkhead and what wire does what. Let's spin you around here. This is inside the truck. I've already got it all put back together. So, I'll show you what it does as soon as you turn the key on. I do not have my computer retuned yet, so my RPMs are going to be a little high. The computer thinks it's still sitting inside of a Suburban. So, that is about it. I tried to use their fitting again for the water temperature, and it just leaked. They do have a couple of fittings. You could probably try those, but as for me, I just went ahead and used the kit that I had ordered for it. So please, if this video has helped you at all in any way, please don't forget to like, comment, rate, subscribe to my channel for more videos on this and a bunch of other crazy stuff that I do. But this is my latest project. Anyhow, yeah, don't forget to share it. Find me on Facebook. Ask me any questions you want to, whether it pertains to the LS swap, to the gauges, or to just, whatever I do. Just remember, you don't get anywhere without trying to do something. God bless each and every one of y'all. Until next time, stay tuned. Hey guys, real quick, my bright light indicator does work. Sorry about that. Here's the test drive video real quick. As you can see, everything is working good. These gauges actually look a whole lot better in person. They don't have no glare at all, but on camera it does. I can tell I've not got the computer retuned yet because the speedometer is off bad. Everything else seems to be working good. Fuel seems to fluctuate a little bit, but what can you do, It is working though. Temperature and everything is working great. So oil pressure is good.